Is this one of the best movies of the year? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Sorry Baby. It is directed by and of course stars Eva Victor. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Eva Victor is here as a director and star of a new movie called Sorry Baby. And Sorry Baby is the story of a woman who in essence is dealt with a sexual assault situation where her mentor slash teacher basically assaults her. And it's a story about, and it's told in kind of different, not chronological order, but different order, how she is able to deal with that and how people kind of move past her in a lot of respects into like much better situations that she is what she's dealing with. And she also becomes a very well-renowned professor. She kind of like starts a relationship with the character played by Hedges. She has a friend named Liddy, who of course is played by Naomi Ackie. And it's a story and a meditation about a woman's situation when she goes through a tragic event and how she's able to cope with that tragedy and the nature of what it entails and how it affects your psyche in a lot of respects. So that's kind of the story of what Sorry Baby is. So with that said, this premiered at Sundance. It's garnered like rave reviews. I think IGN gave it like a 10 out of 10, which is pretty crazy. That doesn't happen very often. But I was interested. I think this movie looked interesting. You know, I like Naomi Ackie. I like Hedges. Carroll Lynch shows up for a couple minutes. You know, it's a movie where I knew it was going to be very difficult. It's an A24 film. It's a movie that has a lot of situational awareness when it comes to the difficulty for women in the world that seems to be not willing to accept when something serious happens. But Eva Victor, who is an individual that is very offbeat and very interesting to watch as a human being, portrays their character on screen as something that could be truly unique for them, I guess you could say. So with that said, going into this movie, I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. You know, I can definitely deal with the dramatic, but, you know, it is one of those things as A24. You never know where you're going to handle with these things. And so for an honest review, this is one of the best movies I've seen this year. It's a very difficult movie to watch. It has some very heady subject matter, as I said in my synopsis. It's a movie where you take what Eva Victor is doing and what they are portraying on the screen, and you realize that, yes, Eva Victor is very offbeat and they're very kind of introspective in how they like tell people about things. When they tell Naomi Akkie's character about what happened, and you see the long shots and you see, you know, them kind of like walk after the situation. You see the focus on the house, and then you see the focus like when they adopt a cat. It's a movie that really is a psyche evaluation of a person, an individual who goes something through traumatically and how they deal with that situation. You know, you watch just how brutal and honest and, you know, that Eva Victor's Agnes character portrays what happens to them. And it's really difficult stuff. I mean, there are people that are going to be very off put by this. It's really serious subject matter. You know, there are a lot of women and there's a lot of people out there who get sexually assaulted that refuse to talk about it because they're afraid that they're going to be like looked down upon. Because, for instance, in this movie, the character played by Cancelmi, who plays Decker, is the assaulter, and there never seems to be anything that they can do about it. There's a scene in this movie where individuals of the college basically don't do anything about it because he decided to transfer. It's just, it really shows the nature of like how difficult it is for somebody to go through the situation and how the psyche of that individual is portrayed. And I think Eva Victor does a fantastic job as what they are capable of doing, like how they're capable of putting stuff on the screen. And, you know, Eva just does a fantastic job. It's one of the most like heart-wrenching movies I've seen since Women Talking, or, you know, like Tuesday. And it just proves that sometimes you need to delve into the serious subject matter to get a truthful understanding of how people view the world when it doesn't agree with them in a lot of respects. And this movie's gorgeous to look at. It's very low budget. It has a lot of, you know, flourishes when it comes to the indie scene, when it comes to the characters. You could tell that Eva Victor had, you know, a lot of people who liked the script that they wrote and, you know, what they were portraying. You know, got Naomi Ackie, Lucas Hedges, and Carroll Lynch, Kelly McCormack. I mean, these are, you know, pretty decent actors. And obviously they felt that this is really strong material, and it shows. I think Eva Victor writes a really strong script that for, you know, an hour and 40 minutes just kind of gut wrenches you. Once the situation happens and you realize what's happening, you're like breathless. Like you just stop there and like, oh my God, what is happening? But the interesting thing that Eva Victor does, the humor that comes out of their mindset, their ideologies, and how they view everything, and just how, you know, when they go to the doctor, you know, on the unfortunate situation of the rape situation or the sexual assault, how do you deal with that situation? It's a lot of things that you have to work on, work through, and I think Eva Victor does a really nice job of what they're trying to do. It's a really fascinating portrayal. Whether it gets any Oscar love, I don't know, because it just depends on how people view. And it's really fascinating. So overall, I love this movie. It's not like love in the sense of like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen because, you know, of the subject material. No, it's like women talking. It's just great because it really has an honest portrayal of somebody who goes through a traumatic event. And I think it does it with aplomb, I guess you could say. So that's my review of Sorry Baby. Once again, it'll be on theaters on the 27th, I believe, of July. So check it out if you're interested. Know going in that the subject matter is very brutal and very honest and will get you. So if you're not into that kind of stuff, you know, maybe wait to VOD. You can parse it out. But if you're interested in seeing this movie, definitely highly recommend. So it's one of the best movies I've seen this year and highest recommend for myself. So there you go. In the comments below, if you've seen this movie, did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think overall? That good stuff. Are you looking forward to seeing this movie? If not, but let me know in the comments below. But anyways, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell. Top the fun is coming next. If you like the video, awesome. Hit that like button. As always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, guys.